Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. Right, this is going to be a very quick collection update, only a few games, as it normally is I suppose. But this will, I believe, be the final collection update of 2016. Holy shit. Yeah, I gotta it's what, December 15th or something. I've still not went Christmas shopping. I gotta ease up, I gotta get my finger out. So with that said, no more buying games until January. So here we go. Last set of games of the year. Let's get into it. Whew, this one now. Rest assured I'm going to do a full video on this. The Last Guardian. Now, terrible story with this actually, in terms of getting this version, okay? You guys will know that there's like that big massive collector's edition of The Last Guardian with the statue and the art book and all that in it. Yeah, when the second that became available on Amazon.com, I pre-ordered it. Okay, but then it became available on .co.uk, you know, the European version. So I'm like, oh fuck, okay. So I cancelled it on .com, pre-ordered it on .co.uk. Sure enough, I get an email, your order has been dispatched. And they've dispatched the American version. I was so livid at that point because I wasn't too fussed about getting American versus European or that, because the PS4 is region free, which is good, but it just meant I had to wait like longer to get the fucking game itself, you know, and I was like, argh. So I just said fuck it, went out and bought like the standard edition at the shop around the corner because I wanted to play the game so bad. I still don't have the collector's edition. I'll probably unbox it for you guys as well, because you all know how, like, it's become no, like, unique thing to say you're a fan of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. But what can I say? I'm a really big fan of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, and I've already beaten this and I thought it was excellent, you know? Not perfect, you know, there's definitely a few things, and I would actually go as far to say is it's maybe the weakest of the three, probably. I don't know, I feel like I need more time for it to sink in, but either way, I promise you this is just a wonderful game. It's exactly, in a lot of ways, what I wanted it to be. You know, it hit me right in the feels and gave me, yeah, it's a worthy success to those games for sure. So that's The Last Guardian. Kind of a weird sleeve, this thing though. I don't know what I'm going to do with this version. I might give it to a friend, you know, once my collector's edition comes. Or I might just keep it for the hell of it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Next, you guys know that I've been playing Final Fantasy 15. Still loving it. Now The Last Guardian's done actually, I can get back to Final Fantasy 15. I'm a good like 22 hours into it or something. And I don't do any story content. It's actually kind of frustrating. It's still so much like Xenoblade, but in a lot of ways this thing's better than Xenoblade. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's mental. But it's put me in a mood for more Final Fantasy games, honestly, and I kind of bought this because I was surprised I don't own it already. Final Fantasy VI. This right here is still, I don't know how 15 is going to pan out, but at this moment, this is still my favourite Final Fantasy game. I like the characters the most, the story, the music. This is the one that just really, really resonated with me. You know, there's a lot of Final Fantasies I like, but this one is definitely the favourite. 15 could do that for me. It could, like, surpass this, but either way, I adore this one to death, I really do, so, yeah. Final Fantasy VI, good to have that. I'm actually kind of, I actually even forgot I owned this. Do I have it up here somewhere? Yes, here we go. Final Fantasy Anthology, which has Final Fantasy 4 and 5 in it. And I played 4 a long time ago on an emulator, and I don't think I properly enjoyed it, so I was very eager to play through 4 again and play through 5 again. Now, I always hear that you should play Final Fantasy 4 and 5 and 6 as well, I believe, on the Game Boy Advance, because those are superior versions of the game, but I can't find them anywhere, and I'm sure if they did, they'd be pricey as hell. So, I'm just going to sell for this, so yeah, that's that. Right, so next game we have, just saw this in the shop, it was a $5, Dragon's Fury. I just sort of picked this up and saw, ooh, Mega Drive game for a $5, that'd be good shelf fodder, but I picked it up and thought, the artwork was kind of cool, you know, look at that. But then you look at the screenshots and you realise it's a pinball game. Like, yeah, there you go there, that ball right there is a dead giveaway. But yeah, Dragon's Fury, the best 3D pinball game in the world. Look, it's claiming that right there, and apparently, yeah, that's Dragon's Lair. Yeah. Okay, next up we have, now this was a game that actually, just like Final Fantasy VI, this was a game that I thought I already owned, but I didn't, so it's like, oh, better rectify that right away. And I almost did a full video on this particular series, actually. I still might do it. Yeah, it's a Hatsune Miku Project Diva Extend. This was the third PSP game released. They're all kind of expansion packs of each other, but I've got the first two of the PSP back there. None of them came out over here, so this is a Japanese copy, obviously. But yeah, it's weird, I have a lot of nostalgia for these PSP games because I spent so much time in my uni days, you know, watching the fucking music videos on YouTube and shit, and it really built up my Vocaloid fandom. I want to say obsession, but I think it's went down to a fandom at the moment. And yeah, I kind of felt like doing a little overview of this series. It was going to start out with a review of Project Diva X for the PS4, which just came out, but I thought, why not just do the whole thing, because I have quite a bit to say about this shit, because it's no secret I love this fucking series, okay? You watch me, I talk about it semi-regularly in these videos, and I go on about it a lot on Twitter, so I might still do that. We'll see, but yeah. That's Hatsune Miku Project Diva Extend. Cannot wait for Future Tone in January, that'll be amazing. Now, these next two games, I was waiting on these for quite a while. I might as well show them both off at the same time. This is something I also feel like I should do a full video on. Okay, we have Shantae, Risky's Revenge, and Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. These are, of course, physical versions of them, holy shit, by Limited Run Games, and I don't know, I saw the name Limited Run Games all about the place for ages, you know, but I never paid them any mind until, like, I saw this and I'm like, oh, wait, they're doing this? What the fuck is this Limited Run Games? Because they do mostly, like, sort of random indie games that I'm not too fussed about, but when they did Shantae, I was like, oh fuck, I better look into this, and sure enough, you know, I just read Limited Run Games' description on their website, and I just fell in love. It's like, this publisher was made for me. They just go on about how we don't look forward to the all-digital future. We're crazy people who think that some people actually like to buy physical games, so we do just as we're called, produce limited run copies of certain digital-only games and sell them. And apparently they're doing really well, because these things sell out in a matter of, like, hours. It really was. I had to be there on the button to get both of these. But yeah, I mean, it's funny, you know, I mean, Shantae, I am definitely a fan of this series, you know, Shantae. I big started a Half Genie Hero, you know, funnily enough, this is actually just coming off of Half Genie Hero, which is about to come out. Still waiting on my backer code, because I was silly and had my backer code tied to the Wii U, and the Wii U version is kind of late at the moment, you know, all the PS4 people, all the fucking PC people, they've got their code, but I had to be silly and go for Wii U, but yeah, it's like, but I don't know if I'm a big enough fan to the point of, I mean, like, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, I've bought this game 3 times, okay? I own it for the 3DS, and I downloaded it digitally. The same with, like, Risky's Revenge, I downloaded it digitally on the DSi back in the day. I think it's because, it's probably going to sound weird, but Shantae almost, like, represents this whole, like, the woe that I have with the digital-only future, because pretty much majority of the Shantae games, you know, in fact, yeah, with the exclusion of the original and the Game Boy, were all digital-only, and now they're just starting to be like, actually, some people might want to buy these physically, so in some weird way, Shantae kind of represents that rebellion within me of, like, wanting to just slap in the face of the digital-only future. So I'm always willing to, like, buy these games multiple times, I guess. And they are good games. Again, don't get me wrong, I do like Shantae a lot. Okay. And I'm very grateful to have these, and I'm probably going to be buying a lot more stuff from Limited Run in the future. So, it took fucking ages to get here though, because they come from America and shit, obviously. It took like a month or something to get here. That was a pain in the arse to wait for, but what can you do? Anyway, that's that, guys. That's the last collection update of 2016. Like I said, I've got a few more videos that I want to quickly do. I'll probably do like a little top 10 games of the year. Because unlike last year, I think I actually played enough that I feel like I could make a substantial list. You know, because that's a thing. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where this takes us. You know, only a few more days before I'm on Christmas holidays. Can't fucking wait. But yeah, that's that for now. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.